Hello. Today we're going to take a look at Lab 5, visualizing relationship using distribution. And we'll first start off with copying the folder. Right, let me just copy the folder. Sorry. Right, so choose more and choose sample superstore. Sorry, this sample superstore. Excel. Okay, we should be choosing this. Right. So we're going to look at summary card. Right, so first open a text sheet, task 1. Make sure you have a sample superstore, right, and drag the profits. Right, so you can actually show the sample. Right, you can actually go to worksheet and then show the summary. There you have the summary. Okay, so that's the summary card. And of course, we're going to choose the profit column. Profit to column. Let's see, where's the profit? Sorry, profit to column. Okay, profits to column. And drag the sales to the row. Right, so you can see sales to the row. And you can see over here the summary cards. Okay, now we can drag the category to marks card. So you do the marking of the category. So these are the markings of the categories and drop it to the color cell also so that you can have some colors. So now you've got some colors. Okay, so drag region to the marks also. Region to the marks. Right, there you have some more regions there. And you can drop it to the shape. Let's just check shape. Right, so you have got the shape. So these are some of the marks and columns. Right, select worksheet summary. So then you have the worksheet summary. And the left is the category legend. Okay. So there's more option under the summary cards that you can observe. And you will notice that the summary card, you can even choose the various standard variations, right? Deviations. You can open up this to see some of the value over here, standard deviations, or you can look at others like the screws, right? So it's over here, and the third percentile, right? So then we can move on to the next task, right? So we can go to open sheet 2, task number 2, right? Choose the sample superstore and right click on the sales, right? And create a bin. So you create a bins and you can type 500, which is the size of the bin, right? So everything will be in the allocations of 500. Okay, so drag the sales bin to the row. Okay, so you got that. You notice there are all divisions of 500. Okay, so they have actually allocate them to the lower limit of the 500 partition. Next, you look for the sales. Okay, drag the sales into the column, right? It gives you the sum, but it's not what we want. You can do a right click and change the measure sum to count. You want to count the number of transactions for that sales amount, right? So you got a graph like this, and we're going to create some calculated value. So select analysis and calculated view, right? And you can change the name to adjusted sales. Okay, so for formula, you can type in the if sales, if the sales fields is greater than this, more than this, we want to kind of put them together, right? So it's basically to round out the outliers of the value that you want to use. Okay, so you want to round out anything above 8,500, you want to round it up, right? So you can see over here, see whether you will round it up to here. So click OK, and you can right click on the bins again to create the bins, right? And we can type 500. Okay, so after you create the 500, you can drag this and right on top of this. There you have got the compiled versions. Okay, so for task number 3, we will move on to connect to the Excel. So again, we will click on this, okay, and choose data source, uh, data source page, and I'm going to connect to Microsoft Excel again. And this time we're going to choose Sample Superstore. Let me just choose the right one, Sample Superstore Excel. Okay, and we're going to click OK, and we're going to drag orders to the canvas. So we're going to drag orders to the canvas. Then you will see the raw informations given out, flagged up. Okay, so that is one. Then we're going to move on to the box. Plotting the build a box plot. Okay, so to build a box plot, we're going to choose another text, another sheet. We can name it as text 3 and make sure you select orders. Right now, drag the segment to the columns. Okay, and drag the discount to the rows cell, right? And drag the region, okay, to the column, region to the column. Then you got the bar chart, and you can go to the show me to click on the sidebar. So you got something like this, or you can choose the other, the box, which is this. Okay, so you can see that you notice that there are a few marks on the each box, okay, and the region somehow got to the marks, right? So it ended up the marks of the region. Right, so that is automatically determined. Well, you can make changes to it, okay, by moving the region back to the columns, okay, and then this is where you see the upper limit of the column, right? So now you can actually go to analysis, and aggregate measure, right? That's where you see some of this aggregate has been disaggregated, right? That's where you see this, right? So now we do a swap. Okay, you can do a swap of the axis. Okay, let's just see what happens. Swap the axis, and it looks the axis has been swapped, right? Then you can right click on the edit the axis of the bottom. and select reverse scale. Sorry, let me see. Edit reference line. Right here, edit reference line, and sorry, I think wrong. Let me just click this again. Right click, edit reference lines, not the axis, and you can change the color if you want to change to orange, and click OK, and you can fit the entire view. Mhm. I think I did the reverse, right? So you can actually do the edit. I think just now I put the edit, and you can unreverse. So that's okay. Moving on to the next task 4. So now we're going to click on this and edit the Excel spreadsheet. Again, we're going to choose populations. Okay, creating the population, you can move on to task number 4. So we're going to use another sheet, right? 3, 4. So we're going to mark on the population data selected, make sure, and we're going to click on the edge and create a bin. So this is the bin to create, and we're going to add in 10. Okay, and we're going to move the H bin to the row. Right, so after that, you go to select analysis to calculate. So analysis, calculated field, right? In the name, we're going to change to male populations. And we're going to type in the formula. So male is actually 1, so we're going to copy the formula. If gender equals to 1 is actually male, and then write into the field, okay, containing the estimate value. So click OK, and you have, we're going to create another one, which is the female. Okay, so again, the female is actually 2. So analyze, create calculated field, female population, and we're going to add in the formula. It's 2, right into the field and click OK. So we've got the male and the female, right? Then moving on, drag the male and female, okay, to the column, and we can drag the male, where's the male populations? Put it here. Okay. Male population, we can put it. Okay, male, female. And we can go ahead and change the color if you want to. We can move this thing aside, close this. The color. Okay, we can take a look at the color. We can choose red color if you want to. Right, so it's change. Then you can edit the, choose the edit axis, and we can reverse it, right? So you notice there's a reverse. Notice now the graph is reversed. Cool, right? And we can do the sorting. Sorry, west. No, okay. So we can do the sorting, right, or the other way. Cool. Let's click on end. the lab. Yeah.